Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Friday, January 30th, and what I am excited about putting together the forecast stuff today, we are looking at an Arctic blast with some snow flurries. I'm going to show you that in just a few minutes, but this is the last deep Arctic blast that I see for a while. For a good while, actually. So I'm put all that data up for you today. We can get through this today and tomorrow being particularly cold. A little bit of flurries for some of us. There is some good stuff on the other side of that. So that is what we're talking about. You went dark. Let me fix that. Here we go. So I wanted to show you cold air is descending with high pressure, just like we have been talking about over the last couple days. No surprise there. So Friday morning, headed out the door, temperatures up in Kansas City, 15 to 18 degrees. I'm getting 18 down around Harrisonville, 15, 16 over towards Clinton. Let's go down towards Nevada, 14 degrees down there. Joplin, 17 degrees. Over on the Kansas side, just a tad warmer. Going to be about 20 degrees up and down. 169, it looks like, between 169 and 35. So you guys are at 20 degrees already this morning. Congratulations to you. So want to go ahead and talk about a couple of things that will happen today. And this, for a lot of us, some of us are going to see absolutely nothing. Some of us are going to get some of these snow flurries starting out late morning. So here we are, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. You can start to see a few little flurries will pop through over there. Central, east central Kansas. Bigger bands of snow are going to come through this afternoon. These are moderate. These are flurries to light snow at best. So may see a couple patches in here of a little bit heavier than that. I think it centers on, yeah, there we go, about 2, 3 o'clock. I think whatever snow does come through centers on the Wichita area here. So we could see flurries to those light bands up and down the I-35 corridor over here. So talking about east central Kansas over here, maybe seeing some of these this afternoon. Here I am again around the 2, 3 hour talking about Carbondale, Osage City, Burlington, Garnett. Might get over towards Mound City and down to Fort Scott eventually. So could actually come across state line too. So wouldn't be out of the question for Harrisonville, Appleton, Butler, Rich Hill to see some snow flurries this afternoon as well. And these are going to push off to the southeast. A couple of models I want to point out. There is another little band that pops through this evening about 6 to 8 p.m. And a few models were developing this a little bit further to the west as well. So 'tis the season, and we can all expect to see snow flurries possibly at some time, but accumulation looking pretty slight, if any, with these bands that come through. Want to go ahead and talk about Saturday night over into Sunday. Here comes another band through. We have some passing shortwave energy up here to the north of our area. So here we are at about 5 to 7 p.m. I do see a band of precip working its way through the area. Here's about 8 to 9 p.m. that it looks like it gets to state line. So what we'll be keeping an eye on here, you guys can see it too, is probably some mixed precipitation, maybe some freezing rain. Right now, this looks to be a relatively brief time over a pretty small area up here in north central Kansas. So I'll go ahead and put some towns on that. We're watching for Concordia, Miltonville, Morganville, and Clay Center. We might be watching you guys Saturday night for a little bit of mixed precipitation. Looks to be before midnight, and that this thing will work its way through. So that is what we have in terms of immediate precipitation chances. I do see another one cropping up, and I want to go ahead and talk about that because I have already talked about mixed precipitation, and I was hoping that we could make it through all of these rounds of precip and all of this Arctic blast without having to talk about that. But here is some data that I have pulled up from the American model. This will be during the day Tuesday. I'm only going to say that once because that will change. That time frame will change. But Tuesday could be Tuesday over into Wednesday. We had thought that in yesterday's data, I think it was, that this system had pushed off a little bit to the south, but data this morning putting it back in our neighborhood. So I do see a system developing sometime in the Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. The question mark here is temperatures. Temperatures will be warmer. We know that. But will they be warm enough to raise the ground temperature? So we could be dealing with some areas of mixed precipitation. I won't pay too much attention to where this is developing this on the American model. Somewhere in our area, we are going to see a system develop, according to today's data anyway. We have lots of time to go on this. That could be rain transitioning to freezing rain and possibly some snow moving through the area. I want to put up the agreement of the European model. That they agree this far out, tells me the odds are good. We are going to see a system. Not confident on where exactly this is going to set up, but both models agreeing on a transition zone, possibly to some freezing rain in there. So headed into the weekend, absolutely that is what I'm going to be paying attention to. High temperatures today, let's see, what is it, 11 and 12 for, right now. So some of us are not even 15 degrees yet this morning. But hey, we're going to get up to 21 today in Kansas City, 22 over towards Clinton, about 27 down towards Joplin area, 24 to 26 over on the Kansas side. Look at this, though. Out in central and western Kansas, you can go from 27 degrees to 51 degrees today and still stay in the state of Kansas. So that's crazy. All right, here are your Saturday morning wind chill values. Been putting these up for a while. Don't want anybody to be surprised. These are going to be frigid. So -7 in the Kansas City area, -5 over towards Clinton. Up and down I-49 corridor. Archie, Adrian down towards Butler, -7 to -8 degrees. Won't quite be the coldest in the area. That's going to be over in East Central Kansas, -10 for your Saturday morning values. But like I say, good stuff after that. And what I mean by that is this. Check out this climb that finally starts to sink in for the second half of the weekend, actually, and just gets better from there. So once again, that Saturday morning being particularly frosty, but we will get to 37 on Sunday. Awesome. A lot of fluctuation. We go down to the overnight lows of 19, but 46 degrees to start next week. It's going to feel pretty awesome after this weekend. So 43, 37, 46, 49, maybe starting next week in the 50s. So anyway, had to get to that point. I appreciate today's sponsor, Titan Rentals. These guys are in Butler, Missouri. Check them out for your construction rental projects. You can drive by their lot, actually, too. Check them out on Facebook. See what they have. They're adding new equipment. Check them out for any project that you might have. Keep them in mind. They sponsor the weather today, and I appreciate them a lot. I hope you have an awesome day. If I don't talk to you over the weekend, make it a good one. Stay warm tomorrow. Better days are ahead. Talk to you guys later.